everyone, today I am here to review Disney's Wish, their new 100th anniversary animated movie that dropped last month. It's taken me a while, but I finally was able to go out and see it, and today I will be talking about it. This will be a non-spoiler review, so if you have not seen the movie, feel free to watch this review, see my thoughts, think if you want to see the movie or not afterwards. But without further ado, let's get into things. I will start with some of my criticisms. First off, I just thought the movie in general, it was pretty decent. It was fun, but it kind of felt like the most basic surface level Disney movie you can come up with. Like with the plot, the animation style, the characters, the overall messages, like none of it was bad, but none of it was like insanely unique, if that makes sense. And then also like the songs were generally pretty good, but like sometimes they felt a little too pop songy and not like musically enough, if that makes sense. Generally, I like my Disney movies music more like a musical. And some songs like this are like this. Others are not. But they worked better in the context of the movies than they did when I listened to them beforehand, which is nice. And also just like this kind of is the Disney's 100th anniversary movie, and they shoehorn a lot of stuff into here to make that work. And in some ways, it's fun. It's kind of charming at points. It's kind of fun to be like, oh, I know that. And other ways, it's kind of like taking away from what could have been a better movie overall. So those Disney connections feel like more like a distraction to the more surface level basic movie than something enhancing the movie itself. Maybe that other movie could have soared a bit better if it didn't have all these references. Kind of them being like, oh, that'll make people like the movie. In some ways it works, like with the credits, a couple funny references. But other ways where it's like an origin story for a lot of things, it's a little too much, but it's not too bad. But onto the pros, the animation style and the music are a lot better than they seemed in the trailers. Like the animation style looked a little unfinished in the trailers, but in the actual movie itself, it looks really good. It still doesn't do enough to diversify itself from other Disney films, but it works pretty solid and looks pretty in some shots. Pretty. And the music is catchy, especially This Wish and Welcome to Rosas are both really good. And the villain song I kind of like in the context of the film. There are some funny jokes, some nice moments that I was like, okay, this is cute. Simple script, and the concept of wishes and like keeping them protected is a little iffy, but it's also interesting of like kind of how they're used to keep power over the kingdom. The voice acting is good. I like Ariana DeBose and Alan Tudyk in this movie. They're both funny. Chris Pine is a really solid villain. No one else stands out too much, but those are the big three that really work for me. It's got a fun plot, really solid pacing, and a good runtime that kind of just keep the movie consistently going. It never drags at any point, which I appreciate. Yeah, it's got like a good, satisfying finale that I like. And while the movie overall, it's kind of very basic Disney with a lot of issues, it's still very fun to watch, you know? I was never bored, I was never disinterested, and while I was never like amazed, like wow, I watched it and I was like, this is a good time. I mean, generally I'm more positive with movies. I just like going to the movies and seeing movies, but it's a solid film that I enjoyed watching, and I wouldn't like put it down in any way. I like the cast, I like the songs, and even though it feels pretty basic and maybe was bogged down by the references and stuff, it's still a fun, solid Disney movie, and I liked it more than Strange World last year. So I'd recommend checking it out. Maybe don't go see it in theaters, wait for it on Disney+, but it's still a solid movie that I'd give a 7.5 out of 10. So if you like Disney, I'd say watch this, but it's not like a must-watch. Maybe wait for Disney+, but it's enjoyable enough. I hope you guys liked their video. Coming up next on this Christmas Day special is Wonka. So I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.